We're going to look at I Kissed a Girl by Katy Perry today. Nice easy chords, got some power chords, and I've prepared a basic backtrack for it as well to demonstrate, and it should sound something like this. Now there's also other parts that sort of kick in as well, which are quite cool. There's a nice overdriven part which goes something like this, which if I played with the backtrack now would sound like this. Very easy. And then later we're going to bring some power chords as well. But let's go back to the beginning and let's start with the basic chords. And the reason why I just demonstrated the picking and the power chords is that if you're jamming with someone, it's quite cool if the one person has an electric guitar maybe, and you can sort of play the two different parts at the same time. So the one plays the clear chords while the other one does the... and you get something more like the original song as well. But enough talking, let's focus now first of all on the strumming pattern. We're going to be working with a typical 4/4 but with a swing feel. And a swing means instead of counting 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and, it's going to have 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So it's almost got that sort of pendulum swing. So if you just don't mind, just bear with me, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2. It needs to have that swing sort of feel to it. And the rhythm, nice and easy, down, down, up, up, down, up. And then you change. So super slow motion, down, down, up, down, up. One more time with me, 3 and 4 and down, down, up, down, up. Now that we've got the rhythm, let's look at the chord shapes. Chords are pretty basic, I'm sure you're familiar with most of them. A minor, finger 1's on the 2nd string, middle finger number 2 is on the 4th string, ring finger number 3 is underneath it, also in the 2nd fret. So that's your A minor, you can see from the top view. Next chord up is C. Now watch when I change, you'll notice that when I go to C, it's really only my 3rd finger that moves. There we go. One more time. And you'll see that my middle finger, number 2, slides a little bit forward, but doesn't really lift. So you can see from there, when it changed now, there's my C. So it's a nice, easy transition from the A minor to the C, and we only strum 5 strings for both those chords. Next up, D minor starts with finger 1, fret 1, string 1. Middle finger number 2 goes to fret 2, string 3, and the ring finger kicks in onto the 3rd fret of the 2nd string. And for the D minor, we only strum the bottom 4 strings. And then following F. Remember, F is the one where your first finger must go flat across both strings 1 and 2. So you want to make sure you hear both those strings and not this. This is bad. Don't want to hear that. Want to hear that. Okay, and then next up, middle finger goes to 3rd string 2nd fret, and ring finger goes to 4th string 3rd fret, and there's your F chord, and we only strum the bottom 4 strings. So it should sound like this. Okay, now if we put them together slow motion, try and get left and right hand into the picture now, we're going to have something like this. A minor is in place. Remember we said your rhythm is down, down, up, down, up, and then I change. Down, down, up, down, up, then I change. Down, down, up, and I change. The trick is the changes must be reasonably quick because the song is quite up-tempo. So slow motion would be like this. I'm going to count in so you can play along with me if you want to. 2 and 3 and 4 and... There's the C, D minor, and F. And if I put the backtrack on now, it's going to sound something like this. Now you'll hear that in the pre-recorded track, There's a bass guitar inside there as well with the drums, and there's that overdrive part going in the background as well. But anyway, let's try it. And it's a nice easy song to play along with. It's a nice sing-along song. And now I want to try and introduce this picking parts. Now, if you don't have an overdrive and you got an acoustic guitar, it should sound something like this on an acoustic. First of all, the clear chords: A minor, C, D minor, and your F. Now, that electric part that we spoke about, we're going to do just quick on acoustic, and then I'll switch back, just to show that it still sounds cool. Everything is predominantly on the 5th string. You can see that's the 5th string there that I'm busy pushing on. You can see it moving. That's the 5th string. And it's just a very quick down, up, down, down, up, down, down. Actually easier to show you than to try and say it. And you'll notice my palm is resting on the string to give that slightly muted feel. Now, the notes are quite easy. It starts off with an open 5th string. So you're going to play this string here with no fingers. Then you go to the note C, which will be played against the chord C, which is fret number 3 on the 5th string. Then you move up to the 5th fret. You can also change fingers as well. I'm not that fussy here because it's only sort of one note you're playing anyway. So you can go open, fret 3, fret 5, or open, which is the A minor obviously, fret 3, and then move your hand as well, which might be easier. Here's your D, and then you jump all the way to fret number 8 for the F. It's as simple as that. So slow motion on acoustic, we're going to have this now, and I'm going to play it with the backtrack so you can hear it. It's also going to sound pretty cool, and we're going to have this. C, D, F, A minor, there's my C. It doesn't matter what finger you use, and it works quite well. Now we're going to go back to electric and we'll see how it sounds with a bit of overdrive as well. First of all, electric on a clean, clear sound. There's my C. And I'm going to switch over now to overdrive, and you can hear the difference in the sound. There's my C, D, F. And one more time on the actual picking technique here. I'm going to get the camera nice and close now onto my picking hand, and you can see the alternating strokes. In other words, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. But it's in triplets, so you're sort of counting 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, change to 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, change to 3, 1, 2, 3, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. And it's just really quick. We want to build it up to this tempo. And with the backtrack, it's going to sound like this. Sounds quite cool. And then lastly, to finish off, we're going to do some power chords. Now, there is actually an overdriven guitar in the original as well. You can hear it quite strong in the chorus. You can hear that. And it introduces an E over there as well. You can actually hear, if you listen carefully, that E kicking in. But let's first of all go through the chord shapes. Your A minor that you played before on clear guitar, in other words, while your guitar was playing this over here, A minor, you're now going to switch to overdrive and you're going to replace that A minor with an A5 power chord. Now all that's happening there is finger 1 is on your 2nd fret on strings 4 and 3, and I'm strumming from the 5th string down to strings 5, 4 and 3. And then I want silence. From there I change to C, The C power chord begins with finger 1 on the 3rd fret of the 5th string, and you got your pinky on the 5th fret on the 4th string. Now you can also decide if you prefer your ring finger, that's acceptable, or if you want to do your pinky. I prefer the pinky, but lots of guitarists prefer the 3rd, so it's really your own choice, no big deal. And from here on, it gets really easy. Your shape remains the same, but the position of your shape changes. So this is C at fret number 3. When I go to fret number 5, notice I'm moving the shape, not changing it. This is D power chord, also known as D5. The 5 simply means power chord. And from the D5 to the F5 is going to be up here. This is at fret number 8. And we mentioned as well that they've got with the chorus, and here it goes. You can actually hear that change if you listen carefully. And what's actually happening there is that the last bar is going from F5 to E5, and the E5 is at fret number 7. So if I go across now to the chorus, and you hear the last bar basically playing through before you go to the chorus. So I'm going to join through now shortly. Check this out. Make sure you can see it both hands over here for the strumming, get a nice clear sort of view of the guitar, and here we go. And here we get the F. Down, up and quiet. Down, up and quiet. And without the backtrack, it's going to be like this. A. And she does change the rhythm of the guitar a little bit as well. So the first time it's more simplified. And to get the dampened silence over there, the reason why I'm saying dampen is because my palm, if I focus more on my strumming hand, is actually resting nice and comfortably on the strings. You can see my palm muting the strings. I'm going to pull up my sleeve now just to sort of get my sleeve out the way so you can see it easier. And then there's my silence. And to help the silence as well, I'm also using my finger 2, 3, 4 of my fretting hand. So if I miss that, you can actually see this. Watch it. Watch those fingers. They also help me silence. So it's a combination of these fingers and my palm. The two together secure a nice dampened sound. Same for the C, the D, and for the C and D and the F and that, we simply relax pressure. Check it. As I relax pressure, it goes quiet. So I combine the relaxing of the pressure with the dampen, and I make sure, double whammy, that everything is nice and under control. We don't want to have overdrive notes ringing around the place. It's not going to sound cool. And then lastly, like we said, that F to E, fret 8 to fret 7. Simple as that. Okay, that's pretty much Akis to go. Just repeat it. Obviously, listen to the original to get a feel for it. The PDF is there for the basic chords A minor, C, D minor, F. And just to finish off, we're going to do just a loose jam to show that for the blues and the rock guitarists and the guys who like a bit of metal that want to play solos, and that you can actually even treat this as a cool solo jam. Check this out quickly. So you can have a lot of fun with Katy Perry turning it from a really good pop song into something that sounds more like out of the 80s hard rock metal. Anyway, have a good week. Looking forward to hearing from you. Any requests, you have my WhatsApp details. Looking forward to it. Have a good one. Bye.